Hello, once again, this is Dr. Barry Cook coming to you in the series on team building. Now, in these short clips that are utilized as training devices with accompanying manuals, we are moving down through these, looking at why teams struggle. In the first video section, we looked at the overall perspective of what is a team and the three basic things that a team consists of. In part two, we looked at several factors on why teams struggle. We'll be finishing up those items in this particular video as well. You're going to find it fascinating. Now, in the last video, we discussed the fact that teams struggle as an overarching or general reason for three basic reasons. We talked about people issues, number one, structure issues, number two, or management or leadership issues, number three. These are the three primary reasons that teams struggle. So as we went through several of these on the last video, I would like to brush back over just a couple and then give you the rest of those that I have listed that I have found very common in my 25 years of working with different industries and churches and ministries trying to develop teams and team concepts. As I said, part one, defining what is a team versus what is a work group is the first critical issue. Second thing is looking at why teams struggle, what those reasons are. As I said, we have the three main reasons: people issues, structure issues, and management issues. Now, to continue with our list, I want to go with the next reason why teams struggle is poor communication and withholding of information. Many times, not only the personnel withhold it, sometimes the leadership withhold it, sometimes they don't know, sometimes they don't care, but yet everybody is concerned about why the team didn't perform and passing the blame onto somebody. Poor communication skills, not setting ground rules for that communication, how things will be communicated, and within the context of what they'll be communicated. We'll be discussing these things as we go along. But poor communication and withholding of information. The next item is disorganized team meetings and that turn everybody off. This is one of the most rampant diseases I have found, and that is crazy team meetings. The team meetings are run off of various old forms of structure. Most of the time they originated with a dictatorial leader who came in, blowing fire, blowing smoke. You know, somebody asked a question, he blew right through them, messed them up. People have all these dysfunctions now when they sit in a team, and then the person that took over for them tries to handle the team the same way, don't have the same authority level, don't have near the anointing level, or whatever the case may be, and it crashes, bashes, and clashes, unfortunately. That is another very common thing, is understanding that team meetings themselves don't have to be boring, don't have to be time-consuming, and can actually be fun, uplifting, edifying, encouraging, and accomplish the goals that you set out to accomplish. But there are skill sets that need to be learned. Now, the next item that we want to look at is understanding that there's essential skill sets that are missing within the team. Certain skill sets weren't given to the team properly. They weren't relayed properly. They weren't discussed properly. You hear me say this on every video. How you recruit people to a project or a team is where the majority of your success or failure starts. That's the case. On those original meetings, when you sit down and you talk with someone about how you start. We'll go into that in detail in some of the upcoming training sessions. The next item is, we talked about apathy, and so let's go on to the next one. That is a dominating or controlling team leader. Classic issue. It is one of the main reasons that a lot of teams struggle. and why teams are not teams. They're work groups. They're people who come together and tolerate a tyrant. Just being honest with you. And the tyrant has many reasons why he's a tyrant and claims that he's a tyrant. Personality test he took told him he was a tyrant, therefore he's got to be a tyrant, and that's just how it is. His anointing in the church, that's how it works, and they just need to deal with it, and they don't understand it. And basically, that's undeveloped character, fruit of the lack of the fruit of spirit, if you want to be spiritual about it. But the bottom line is, a domineering leader is the reason teams don't accomplish things. See, as a leader, you want people to be able to work and get things done and enjoy what they're doing and enjoy the people and the project and want to do it again in the future. And domineering people is not going to work. And that's not the method that needs to be used. But let's move along for now. The next reason is also a laissez-faire or hands-off team leader, which is just the opposite of a domineering leader. And that's someone that just basically leaves it to you, but doesn't have the right type of mindset or skill set to follow up or follow through with what's taking place. It's a very skill-oriented function if you want your team to function at a top level. They can. They can function, they can enjoy it, they can not feel like it's a waste of time, but it's actually, even on volunteer basis, they feel it's a joy to be able to go to your meeting and be a part of your project because it fulfills many social dynamics within them, and it trains them how to even be at home and with other people and in their work spheres if it's a church setting. Fantastic, fantastic. Teams and the proper team skills are critical. Also, unclear team goals. You would be amazed at how unclear many times team goals. Well, just get it done. Well, let's just try. And I'm not saying everything has to be so anal and we can't leave room for adjusting, adapting, and overcoming obstacles that come up. That's very common. However, we have to understand clarity in those objectives and then build a picture around it in a process type of manner. Also, unclear team purposes. Like we don't understand the purpose of the team. Okay, we understand the goal, but now how does that coincide with us as a team, and how will we look working together to accomplish those objectives? That's the next critical item. And the next reason that if it's not dealt with, teams will struggle. Next is consistently changing direction of the team from upper management. You do not understand how often I see this. We're going to do this the next week. No, we're not doing that. Pitch that. We're doing this. No, we're not going to do that. Pitch that. And the team has worked and labored and focused and met 5 times while this guy came in, rant, rave, said we're going in this direction, then goes off somewhere else, then comes back, rebukes everybody, tells it how he wants everything done the next time. People get discouraged. They don't stick in. You lose good people, and nothing gets done in the long run. Bottom line. Next is undefined rules of team members, sometimes leading to the duplication of efforts or tasks that are left undone. We'll get back to that one a little bit later. For time, let's go ahead and give the last couple, that is lack of resources, from the tools to training to finances, or whatever the case may be. Lack of resources. The last two are unrealistic expectation of the team by management outside of the team. Management that's outside of the team is complaining about it because there's not proper communication, reporting that's coming in about the team's progress. There has to be systemization in reporting progress. This is vital, and it's something the team comes in to agree with. Simple forms, understanding who they go to, how that works out, put on an overall stat sheet that shows your accomplishment of the project and the check marks along the way. Very simple, but it cures a lot. Next is lack of cooperation of support from the managers or other outside the team throwing roadblocks in front of the team. People that don't even know what's going on having something to say that stops, hinders, or changes direction because they have authority or a relative or whatever the case may be. This is also a vital problem. Thanks for giving me a few minutes today again to listen to some more of the reasons that team struggles. We'll be coming up with solutions in the next few of these video training sessions. From the Leader's Edge, this is Dr. Barry Cook. God bless you, and we'll see you back on part 4.